Hi, Brian here for Excellence Academy. Today I want to talk about probability. Now, probability can be kind of difficult, so this video is hopefully going to answer a lot of your questions about how to find the probability of a certain event or that sort of thing. So what we've got here is a coin, something we're all fairly familiar with. We use them on a fairly regular basis, but a coin has two sides. So we're going to go ahead and write that 2 off to the side. Now bear with me, I know this is kind of confusing. I'm already writing numbers without any real explanation why. But let's just remember that there are two sides of a coin. Now when you flip the coin into the air, let's say that you want to get heads, and you wait for it to hit the ground, and it lands on one of these two sides. So we remember that there are two sides, and you want the coin to land on one of the two sides, in this case heads. So let's write that you want one of the outcomes to come about. You want the heads to come up. So what do these numbers over here really mean? Right now they're just numbers in a jumble. They don't really mean anything. So let's put a little bit of order to these numbers. Any probability is equal to, let's get rid of these two numbers. Any probability is equal to the number of outcomes. In this case it's 2, if you remember from earlier, divided by the number of outcomes that you actually want. In this case, you want it to land on heads, so it's 1. So those two random numbers we pulled out from earlier fit into this equation fairly easily. And you can write this differently too. You can write it like this. 2 divided by 1. You can write it in any way you would normally divide the number. And we look at it and we say, okay, so it's actually 50%. You can write it like that as well. So that is the odds of a coin toss, of a fair coin toss. Now, if you get a coin out, say a quarter, and you flip it 10 times, you might get 10 heads or 10 tails or some number varying in between. It doesn't mean you've got a coin that's like, it's rigged. You shouldn't go to Las Vegas and bet all your money on this coin. That's a terrible idea. Because if you continue flipping that coin thousands of times, you're going to find that in the end, it's going to be so close to 50% that you really shouldn't bet your money on it anyways. If you ask me, you shouldn't bet your money to begin with, but it's your money. Now let's take a slightly different problem. Let's say that we have a bag. It's a very large bag, and that there are 8 things inside this bag. Let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see there are 2 different kinds of things in this bag. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 black things and 1, 2 red things. So let's say you want to reach into this bag and pull out a red thing. What are the odds that you would actually be able to pull out a red thing? Well, let's look at that. If you remember from the last example, we take the total number of things and we write it right here on the bottom. And then we take the total number of desired outcomes, the total number of things that we want to happen, and we write it on top. In this case, since we want a red thing, we're going to look at these 2 things here and write 2 over 8. Now, let's say that we want to reach in there and grab a black thing. Well, it would look something similar to this. You have 8 things total, and you want to pull out one of these 6 black things. So we write our 6 over top. And that's how you figure out probability. It's really pretty simple, but it does get more difficult the more variables you add. Now, here's something that you can try on your own, and then I'll tell you if you're correct or not. Take the word probability here. Let's say that I were to take a saw and cut up my whiteboard, which I'm not going to do because I'm not rich and I can't buy more whiteboards. But let's just say that I did this. I cut up each of these letters individually. I took one cut here, 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 so on and so forth. I cut them all apart and put them in a box with a little hole in the top that you could reach into and you could jostle around and pull a letter out. Now let's say that I want you to pull out a black letter. Pause the video and tell me the odds of pulling out a black letter. Go ahead and pause it now, write it out, figure it out, and then play the video and find out if you're right. All right, so first thing we need to do is find out how many things we have in total. And in this case, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there are 11 things in this set. And then we're going to divide that by, or we're going to put the line for divided by, and the number of things that I want you to draw. And I wanted you to draw a black letter out of this box. So we're going to count the number of black letters. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 black letters. So that goes on top. And our probability is 11 divided by 8. That's pretty cool, right? All right, last one. I want you to reach into this box after you've replaced the things that you pulled out earlier. I want you to reach into this box, and I want you to tell me what the probability of pulling out a capitalized letter is. Pause the video now, do your work, and then come back and find out if you're right. Okay, again, we've got 11 letters here, so let's go ahead and write that on the bottom. Our line for divided by, and how many capital letters are in this word. There's only one, so we write 1 up at the top. It's pretty easy. I hope this video has been helpful to you guys. If you enjoyed it, please like it and comment at the bottom, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more helpful videos. I hope you do, and I'll see you later.